the 10 ways to know if you're a spiritual hooker. Because you got to know that. Do that. The 10 ways to know if you're a spiritual hooker. Number 1, the refusal to question or challenge anything your pimp says or does. And if you agree with everything your leader says and become uncomfortable when someone challenges or questions your pimp, then
you are a spiritual hooker.
You know you are a spiritual hooker if you refuse to acknowledge other truths other than what your pimp says is the truth. If you're afraid to research and cross-examine what your pimp says is true, or refuse to listen to anyone else but your pimp, then
you are a spiritual hooker.
If you support your pimp financially, even though their lifestyle is beyond extravagant, if you see no contradiction or question why you should still be giving money to a man that, quote, is already loaded, end quote. That's Creflo Dollars who said that. Then
you are a spiritual hooker.
If you're having children by your pimp, even though he had 10, you already knew about. If sleeping with the pimp and having his baby makes you feel special or like Mary from the Christian mythos, then
you are a spiritual bitch.
Number 5, refusal to actually study the pimp's lessons and see the contradictions and plagiarisms therein. If you can't accept that your pimp stole or borrowed someone else's doctrine and the clear proof of such is provided, or if you don't actually read and analyze your pimp's doctrine but accept it all on face value, then
you are a spiritual hooker.
If you suspend, number 6, logical thinking and accept mythological psychology, meaning if you can't be critical and analytical, or if you can be critical and analytical about all other areas of your life, except when it pertains to your pimp or his doctrine, then
you are a spiritual hooker.
Number 7, if you refuse to see past the game your pimp is clearly laying down, meaning if you still can't recognize the man in the Cadillac with the shiny suit, the expensive jewelry, the wad of money, and the girls running up to him handing him money as a pimp, if you can't see that that's a pimp, then
you are definitely a spiritual hooker.
You're a spiritual hooker. Number 8, if you refuse to become the master you so faithfully worship in them, meaning you're not striving to realize the divinity in you and perfect yourself, but will rather observe and support the next man as that master, well then,
you're a spiritual hooker.
Number 9, and my board is back. Thank you, Brother Dev. That's why you're in the zone. Number 9, if you move from one stable or whorehouse, meaning religion, to the next, meaning if once your spiritual pimp dies, gets locked up, or disappears off the set, and you're, like Jay-Z says, on to the next one, then
you're a spiritual hooker.
And finally, number 10, if after the gig is up and your pimp has been exposed as the fake charlatan pimp he really is, and you still follow them and argue in their defense and believe they are who they said they were, then
you are definitely a spiritual pimp.
And I do like how David Letterman, after he does that, he take it and just throw the paper aside. Come on, man. I got a bridge to sell you. Every time you go across this bridge, just give me $100 and just, shh, it'll be our secret.